Hey guys, it's Lauren Yates from Rave It Up here, and today we're going to be chatting over Skype with American actor Ciara Riley Wilson, who is the star of the new TV movie Kim Possible. Ciara, welcome to Rave It Up. It is a pleasure to have you on the show today. How are you going?
Thank you. I'm excited, super excited.
Hey, is this your first interview with someone in Australia?
It is actually. Yes, I could check that off my bucket list.
That and your first Skype interview.
Yeah, totally.
Since this is your first time on the show, we'd love to get to know you a little bit better. And I think we should start from the beginning to get a good idea of how you made it to where you are today. So you were originally a dancer before your acting career took off. So was that what the original dream was? Or did you even have like other careers in mind?
Yeah, so I actually grew up in Portland, Oregon as a competition dancer, just doing jazz, tap, ballet, hip hop. So kind of all of it grew up around competition dance. And then when I was around 9 or 10, I started doing local acting in Portland, Oregon. So I did voiceovers and commercials and just kind of like dipping my feet in, seeing what I like to do. And I took an acting camp in Los Angeles for a summer and got an agent from that. And that's when I kind of realized like, oh, I could actually do this as a career. Even though I was very young, I was like, there's actually a possibility for me to pursue this. And so I started coming out to Los Angeles with the support of my parents more and more. And then things started going really well. I was working super hard, auditioning, booking stuff. And so then I kind of transitioned into focusing more on acting. And I still dance and I still have, dance jobs. I have a dance agent. And so commercial hip hop basically is the dance side that I love to do. But now it's mainly acting. So that's kind of how it transitioned and how I came out here.
That's incredible. It was awesome that you had your parents' support from day one, Did they work in the industry as well, or is it all new to them too?
Yeah, no, my mom was in pharmaceutical sales and my dad's in business. So it was very new for them. They were kind of, working it all out with me and kind of figuring out what the industry is down here. So that was fun to kind of experience that all with them.
Yeah, dipping all your feet in the pool for the first time. As a dancer as well, you've worked with some amazing artists on music videos with like Chris Brown, Usher, Gucci Mane and Fifth Harmony. That's amazing. Congratulations. Do you have like a favorite that you worked with?
Yeah, I would say I really loved doing the Fifth Harmony music video. It was for their Barbie campaign when they came out with Barbies a really long time ago. And so we did this really fun music video and they were super sweet. I actually got to talk with Camila a lot personally. And so it's super cool to watch their career kind of grow as artists as well. And the Gucci Mane Usher Chris Brown music video was so funny because it was a completely different vibe. Like it's like hip-hop music videos it's still on set and it's still like, in the industry, but it's so completely different from anything acting or anything Disney. And it's just so fun to experience that I kind of get to like dip my feet in the water of all different styles of the industry. And so I think it's something I'm really glad that I get to do to kind of experience all of it.
That's awesome. Yeah. You've kind of experienced it all and you can put it all in the resume now and go, yeah, I've done that. Yeah. I've done that. Now, you have been acting since the age of 10 as well. That's very young. So I'd love to know, what are the biggest challenges you found for being in the industry at such a young age?
Yeah, I would say rejection is definitely the biggest challenge in the industry in general, and to be a child facing that much rejection is kind of hard, and especially because I grew up, kind of like the teen years are like your developmental years, and so to grow up around, being in the industry and being, judged by people in auditions, it's definitely something that people think is a red flag and like, could that affect me in the future? But I think it helped me tremendously in figuring out like my confidence and being able to talk to adults. It's something that now that I am almost 18, I'm turning 18 this month actually, so it's very exciting. Yeah, thank you. Looking back, I think that it's really helped me grow up, and it's something that has boosted my confidence because facing rejection is like, I don't take it personally. I kind of use it as fuel to, for my passions and to keep going. So it's kind of something that really helped me within all of the challenges.
Well, it's the business now, so
yeah.
And you appreciate the yeses more.
100%. All the no's don't matter until you get a yes.
And it's like, yes, all my hard work is paid off.
Yeah.
And have you had any issues with haters or bullying as well? You know, especially now with social media and where it's a lot more common and I guess easier for people to really write bad stuff about you online.
Yeah, definitely with social media, it's so easy to write something and think that someone's not going to see it or think, especially
you're hiding behind the computer.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something that everyone in every industry faces, even kids in high school, normal kids in high school. It's something that everyone faces. So me having kind of an unconventional life and being, doing online school throughout high school, it's definitely, I haven't faced a lot of hate, which is really nice to see that a lot of my friends back home in Portland have been really supportive, and social media has been awesome because I'm able to keep in touch with them more than I would, without that. And so I think that I've been really lucky not to face very many haters, but they're out there, and I feel like if they were to come my way, I think I would be able to handle it.
Well, touch wood that it doesn't happen to you as well. Well, you have worked with both Disney and Nickelodeon. They are both amazing companies and they both make amazing TV shows and movies, but obviously we find a lot of similarities between both, but what have you found as the similarities and differences for you since you've actually worked with them?
Yeah. So I was on Henry Danger on Nickelodeon, and then I've done Disney miniseries, and then Impossible, the new Disney Channel original movie I was just in. And I think that they're both incredible companies. I think I love doing Disney and Nickelodeon because they really take care of their kids, and they really kind of, when they have a child, they're like, they want to help them develop their career. You know, it's not just this one show. It's like, what do you want to do as a whole? And they really help with making it set a really safe and fun place for us to be kids. And so that's what my favorite part about working on Disney and Nickelodeon is. But yeah.
Well, I feel like I already know the answer to this question after doing a bit of research on you, but do you have a favorite between the two?
I would say Disney.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
You seem like you've...
Impossible, so,
you seem like you've always been a Disney kid, so...
Yeah. Definitely grew up watching Disney, so...
This is really exciting too. When I was doing some research on you, in 2017, you were awarded a Young Entertainment Award for Best Guest Starring Actress in a TV series. Yeah. How did that feel? Because you, as we said, you have been acting since you were 10, so 7 years later, get an award. Feel good.
Yeah. So that was for my role on a Disney show, Bizarre Bark. It was a guest starring role. And that was a really fun role to play because I actually was an MMA fighter. And so I got to really get into this like serious, like tough character and do a lot of stunt choreography. And it was something that it was a role I'd never portrayed in the past. And so it was really cool for me. And in the category, I was up against a lot of girls who were in serious dramatic shows, like, doctor shows or cop shows. And I was like, oh, this is just like a really funny character. And I did not think I was going to win at all. I was like, it's just an honor to be nominated. And so when I won, I was like super surprised. But it was surreal. I went up there and gave, the speech that everyone dreams of giving, going up there and receiving an award. And yeah, it was just surreal. It really was.
Were you up against other people that you really look up to as well?
Yeah, definitely. I was up against some of my friends. I was up against, and then other people I had looked at their reels and stuff, and they were incredible actresses. So
wow. Geez, pinch yourself moment there.
For sure.
And let it be the first of many awards for you.
Oh, thank you.
No, you're welcome. You deserve it. You're a really good actress. So.
Yeah.
Now, as you did mention before, your latest project has been playing Athena in the new Kim Possible TV movie, which came out in February this year. Now, I heard that you originally went for the role of Kim Possible, so can you tell us about the audition process? Did they just ask you to be Athena right then and there, or?
Yeah, totally. So I originally went out for Kim Possible, like you said, which was really cool. I actually got 5 callbacks for Kim. And so, yeah, it's definitely in the forefront of my mind going in, but it was really cool because I do a lot of scene work when I have a very academic approach when it comes to auditioning. And so I do a lot of behind the scenes, like writing in journals and kind of creating characters. So I really got into the mindset of Kim Possible. So when 5 auditions in, when they were like, hey, actually, can you come back in for the role of Athena? It was really cool because Athena is Kim Possible's biggest fan. And so I kind of had this insight of already basically knowing what was in Kim's head which I feel like kind of really, really catapulted me into this character and what made me love it so much and what made me kind of perfect for the role. And so I went back in, I think 4 or 5 times for Athena and kind of used what I had worked on with Kim to create the character of Athena, and then fell in love with her too, and then the rest is history. But yeah, it was really cool to first go in for Kim because it really helped me with my role.
Wow, jeez, that's awesome. I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason, so
Totally, me too.
it's good that you're in the mindset of Kim.
Yeah.
Did you find it at all challenging memorizing the script or anything like that as on top of your schoolwork? Because I'm guessing you don't really go into school, do you? It's all online, as you mentioned before.
Yeah, online.
Yeah, it is hard, definitely balancing it, because it's kind of the same career as, you know, what an adult would have, but also the added pressure of having to do schoolwork. And so it's something that you have to balance, but I feel like I've been doing this for a while, so it's kind of become easier. And with memorizing scripts now, it's this muscle that I have trained so well that it's like I can just read it and then magically have it memorized. I don't even know how that happens, but I think just doing it so much resulted in that. But it's definitely something that I had to figure out throughout my years, but I feel like I have it pretty balanced right now.
So do you think you're like a visual learner? So you like look at the script and go, okay, cool, I've got it now, and I'll just remember what it looks like?
When I was younger,
I was convinced that I had a photographic memory, which I know is not true, but I was like, I swear I can just look at it and memorize it. But
No, you actually have to work on it.
yeah.
Yeah. Read it out loud and work on it. I love it.
Yeah.
I did hear that you were and still are a fan of the original TV series of Kim Possible, and you're about to turn 18. Happy birthday, by the way, just ahead in advance. And Kim Possible started back in 2002 and ended in 2007. Trip down memory lane now. So you would have just been really young when it first came out.
Yeah.
So do you remember a lot of it from back then, or just because you've rewatched it recently?
yeah, so I definitely watched. I was on the younger side, but I was still watching. I had an older brother, and so we were all watching Disney Channel during that time. And so I definitely knew who Kim Possible was. I had seen, I don't know if my young brain really registered everything, but I knew who Kim Possible was throughout my whole life and knew she was this iconic girl power character. And so when I got the audition, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be huge. And then I also rewatched all of the episodes. So it's kind of like a combination between, you know, having it in my mind when I was younger and being a fan, but also rewatching it all and like falling in love with it all over again. So it was really cool to be a part of the project, knowing, you know, what it was all about.
Well, because it was so long ago, and as well as that, you were so young. Like, I'm sure you're like kind of like me, because it was so long ago. You do remember it, but some of the storylines you don't remember, and you, kind of recap.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that you got to be Athena, which is a total new character. She wasn't in the original series. So, love to know, since you've played her now, what do you love most about her?
What I love most about Athena is that she was a new character, and I kind of got to bring my own life into it. There was nothing from the original series that I could compare it to or try to copy or emulate. So I kind of had the reins in creating her and figuring out what her personality was and trying to bring as much of me into it as possible. And I think that she is a really complex character, and it was really fun for me to kind of go through the storyline with her. And it was a really great experience filming this movie, and I think the story is very impactful, and I just loved playing Athena. Honestly.
Well, I love like one of the first scenes, you know, when you're first meeting Kim Possible, you're crying on the phone to your mom, you've had a really bad day at school.
Yeah.
How did you channel that? Like, what were you really thinking about when you had to film that scene?
Yeah, that was a big scene. That was actually the audition scene, which was also because I had to kind of like get in that place from a very early moment in time. And
teary and sad and
yeah, it was hard. But I think the directors of this movie, Adam and Zach, are absolutely incredible, and they made the movie what it was, and they really helped us kind of dive into these characters in the story as real life, not just like, oh, this is a movie we're making, you know, for Disney Channel. It's like they really wanted us to dive in and kind of help us as actors also learn, you know, how to really dive into characters. And so we did a lot of work behind the scenes, kind of improv and just really diving into certain scenes, important moments, and working through that. So I felt like throughout filming, the storyline was really ingrained in everybody's heads. And so it was easy to kind of slip right into character when we were filming. And so I definitely, in that scene particularly, I was just really into Athena as a character and kind of thinking about what she was going through. And I was also connecting it back to my life. Like in the audition process, I had, done all the previous scene work. And so I kind of clicked everything together and it just happened perfectly on set.
And I'm sure the more you act, the easier it is. You start picking up different things. Yeah. Now, I hear, like, both you and Athena, you're both goofballs and you love your puns. So what is your favorite pun from the movie?
Oh, that's
Do you
a
have
great
one?
question.
Yes, I do. I do have one. It's when Athena is in Bueno Nacho and she shows a picture of her at Comic-Con and she says, "This is Ron Stop Pitbull," and it's a dog. So it's like Ron Stop Pitbull. And I was like, this is hilarious and something that I would totally say. And so that's like...
You should just written all your lines.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was definitely known for puns, like in the movie and also on set. Like I was just making them left and right. It's my favorite thing.
It's like, get out of character, will you?
Yes, no, exactly. Like, please stop.
I'm really channeling it. I'm always Athena. Now, your stunt work also looks awesome. You had to do a lot of scenes in harnesses, like flips and stuff. Was that hard, or did you find it easy with your dance background?
Yeah, it was definitely easier with my dance background. I think that there are many similarities between stunt choreography and dance choreography, actually probably more similar than martial arts, just because it is like you have to be in the same place and you're working with a partner or someone could get hurt. So it has to kind of be the same every time, which is very similar to dance, muscle memory. And so that was very helpful for me. We actually went to Vancouver, Canada, where we filmed a month before we started filming, just primarily for stunt training. We did a lot of training, kind of, building up our stamina and also getting familiar with the harnesses. And Athena did bow staff in the movie. And so I got to kind of specialize in that and really immerse myself in that world. And so it was really cool to learn and definitely like a skill I have for the rest of my life. So
no stunt doubles for that.
No.
It was all pure you.
Yeah. Like I'd say in the movie, 90% of it is me. And then we had this amazing team of stunt doubles that did, like the huge stuff that would be dangerous for us to do. But my favorite part was that they never underestimated us. And they were like, if you think that you can do it, we're gonna train you and you can do it in the movie and I thought that was so important for us, as girls being empowered in that way.
Authentic, yeah. Because Kim Possible's her own superhero.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, and you're her little team. Athena does also have like a really cool hairstyle and fashion. Yeah. So did you enjoy that? Did you get to have fun with that?
Yeah.
It was funny because, when people see the movie, they don't really think about what goes on behind the scenes, like trying to craft, what their hair is going to be like or what their mission suits are going to be like. And so that month when we were doing stunt training, that was also the month that we were doing wardrobe tests and hair tests. And I remember just sitting in the chair, just figuring out all these different configurations of what Athena's crazy hair look was going to be. And it went through this arc of a ton of different things. And so it's funny to see, where it ended up. And same with the mission suit. It went through a lot of different variations and everything. So yeah, there's a lot that happens beforehand to get there.
We appreciate you giving us an insight into it. Well, especially for, because I think out of really all the Disney movies, and I remember when this was first announced, like how quickly you guys pushed it out and was like, what, it's already out?
Yeah. It did. It happened super fast. Like, I feel like I wasn't even ready. I was like, whoa, it's out already. So
adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's cool because sometimes movies take like years, which I can't imagine. Just like waiting for that. I feel like I'd be a different person by the time.
Well, especially how long it takes them to edit it up as well. And it's like, oh, I finished that ages ago and they're only releasing it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where for you it was still all fresh and new and ready to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, so this is a movie and not a series like the original, so do you think there will be a sequel? Fingers crossed?
Fingers crossed. That's all I can say. the movie ends in a way that would be open to a sequel. And I think that because there is so much content with the original series, it would be easy, you know, for the writers to think of something where Team Possible could do next. So that would be awesome. I would love to do it.
What would you like to see happen in the sequel, especially for your character?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, you know, there's a lot that happens throughout the movie, and I think that, you know, it would be really interesting. The dynamic of Team Possible would change because of, you know, Athena's realization. I don't know if anyone has seen the movie. I don't want to like reveal too much yet. No spoilers yet if you haven't seen it. But there's definitely something that happens, and I think it would be interesting to see kind of the dynamic between the three of them moving on after the kind of resolution of the movie. So I think it would be interesting to see what the writers come up with. But a funny little thing, I would also love to see Rufus get a love interest, like a cute little naked mole rat girl. I think that it would be hilarious. So that's what I want to see.
Well, tell the writers that.
I'll let him know.
Yeah, if you keep saying it in enough interviews, they're probably going to notice. Well, all my fingers and toes are crossed because I love Kim Possible and love Disney, so let's make it happen. Spread the word, guys. Even though you've already achieved so much in your career, Ciara, what else can we expect from you in the future? Do you have anything planned?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple of things coming out, exciting things coming out in the next couple months. I did a 3-episode guest star arc on the new show Coop and Cammy on Disney Channel. It's a longtime friend of mine is the star of it, so it was cool that I got to kind of reunite with her and be on the show. And I actually dance on this show. I'm the dance team captain. So it's cool that I get to kind of bring those two worlds together. And I also have a recurring character on a new show called LA's Finest, which is the spin-off of the movie Bad Boys with Will Smith, and it's starring Gabrielle Union and Jessica Alba. So that was a really cool project to work on. It's kind of my first real dramatic role. And it's definitely a girl power series too. They're like female cops really kicking butt out there. So it was a really cool series to be a part of. So I will let you know when that comes out.
Yes, please. Come back on the show and chat to me about it.
Yeah, I will.
Well, it just keeps getting better and better. You're just going to keep getting even better roles. So good luck with it. Keep us updated.
Yes, I will.
I'd love to know as well, do you have any advice for our followers, your fans that want to follow their dreams of becoming an actor or a dancer?
Yeah, I would say the number one thing that I live by is persistence is key. You have to keep working at something. And that's what I've learned over the years. It's not going to happen overnight. And if you really kind of put your energy into something, whatever it may be, whatever you want to do or whatever you want to accomplish, it will happen. So if you just keep working hard and don't give up even in the face of rejection or anything that happens, it'll honestly, I believe that, like you said, everything happens for a reason. And the people who are deserving of things and who have worked hard, I feel like it all comes back to them. So just keep that in mind.
We are unfortunately getting to the end of the interview. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate your time. But as a closing statement, and was probably the most important question, knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Wow, that's a great question. Wow, let me think. What was I like at 14? I would tell my 14-year-old self that everything that you're doing will pay off. Because I think I was working really hard at 14. I was out here in LA and I didn't really know what the future held. And I was just kind of auditioning for each thing. And I was like, I just wonder what direction my career is going to go in. Like, am I going to be on Disney? Am I going to get some dramatic? Am I going to do voiceover? I really didn't know what the future held at all. And I was just kind of working for this really broad dream of being an actress. And so I think I would tell her that this work that you're putting in, it's going to pay off. And now here, being in Kim Possible and everything that's happening right now, I'm really grateful for all the work that I put in when I was working.
So don't give up.
Yeah.
Now,
Definitely.
before we go, Ciara, if the listeners would like to contact you or find out what you're up to, where should they go?
They should go to Instagram. I'm of course on Instagram. I like to post a lot. And so my Instagram is at Ciara Riley Wilson. And you can find all other links to social and my website and IMDb and all that there. So
you do have a really good Instagram page, so keep it up. I loved having a look at it. And thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. It was so much fun. I loved it. First Skype interview, first Australian interview. All checked off.
Well, let's keep in contact. We'd love to have you on again in the future. So when your next projects come out, you know where to find me.
Awesome. I will.
And hopefully we can even have a face-to-face interview in the future. Do you have any plans to come to Australia?
I don't, but I am wanting to make some now.
Good. Yeah, put it on the list. Plenty
Yes, I
of
will.
beautiful places to check out here.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, we'll make it happen in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's interview. If you'd like to check out any of our other interviews, visit our website, raveituptv.com. All the podcasts and videos are there for you to enjoy. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!